He looks at you from across the table, no words, no smile, just that moment, that tiny pause where everything goes still. He's in the middle of saying something, but it slips away because your eyes just told him a story. His body understood before his mind could keep up. And in that instant, he's not focused on your makeup, not replaying what you said 10 minutes ago. He's just sitting there, chest tight, mouth a little dry, heat rushing down, thinking, what is it about her? Let me tell you what it is. It's not just your dress. It's not the shape of your hips. Not even the way your back curves when you walk away. Though, don't get me wrong, all that catches his attention. But what grips him deeper, the thing that makes him ache, is what he can't quite explain. It's the way your energy moves, the presence you carry, the unspoken pull you create without trying. This isn't just about looking good. It's not about trying to be sexy. This is about being unforgettable. Because when a woman understands her true power, not just in her face or body, but in her energy, when she truly knows what she carries inside her skin, she doesn't have to run after desire. She becomes the kind of woman desire runs after. And before we go further, take a moment, hit the like, subscribe, not for me, not because it's trendy, but because what you're about to hear isn't just recycled advice. This is real. I'm putting my soul into this. I'm bringing heat, truth, layers. And if even the first minute hits you in the chest, show some love back. Because today isn't surface level. Today we're opening something raw. Now close your eyes and picture this. You walk into a room, calm, still, no need to try too hard. Your dress fits just right. But that's not what they remember. It's your energy. It's that subtle mystery in the air around you. It's the way your energy enters the space before your footsteps do. You don't need to speak much. You don't need to prove anything. And when you lean closer and whisper, you and me would be dangerous together, it's not just a line. He feels it in his chest, in his spine, in the quiet places he only touches when no one's watching. That's the level we're speaking to. That's the deep pull. The kind of energy that doesn't fade when the night ends. The kind that roots itself in his thoughts, in his bones. See, Carl Jung once said, men aren't really moved by facts or logic. They're moved by symbols, energy, something deeper. And when you become that deeper thing, the symbol, the feeling, the myth he didn't even know he was craving, that's when everything changes. So let's not waste time. You ready to step into that kind of energy? You ready to stop acting and start owning? Because this isn't a list of tricks. This is something richer. This is a ritual. And I want you to write it out now. Comment it below if it's waking something up in you. I am the spark. I am the signal. I am the storm. Say it. Claim it. Let it ripple through every woman reading this. From now on, you don't ask to be wanted. You walk like you already are. And trust me, you are. Stay with me. We're about to dive even deeper. And yes, it's going to get intense. Real closeness doesn't happen when he takes off his shirt. It happens when he lets you see the part of himself he's never let anyone else see. And you don't look away. You want to know what really pulls a man toward a woman? Not just attraction, not just a quick thought, but a deep pull that makes his chest heavy and his body want to move toward her again and again. It's not the body. It's not the sounds. It's the mirror, the one you become when you reflect a part of him he's always carried but never faced. Think about this. He walks through life with a mask on, strong, quiet, put together. Everyone sees the outside, the job, the confidence, the plan, but underneath, there's hurt, regret, pieces of the past that never fully healed, anger he's ashamed of, softness he's never allowed to show, and for years he's been told to hide it, push it down, man up, and then you come along, not with judgment, not trying to fix him, but with a look that says, I see it, and I'm not afraid of it. And that changes everything. You ever wonder why some men seem completely stuck on a woman who who wasn't the most glamorous, not even the most available, it's because she saw him. Not the filtered version, not the mask. She saw the untamed part, the animal in him, the wounded boy, and she didn't flinch. And in that moment, he both relaxed and tightened. If you want to turn on something raw and real in a man, stop thinking it's about always looking perfect. It's about holding space for him to be imperfect. Let your presence say, you don't have to be flawless with me, just be honest. That's not a trick. That's a deep kind of intimacy. And when a man feels like he can fall apart in front of you and still be loved, that's when his real desire wakes up, not the shallow hunger. The kind that sticks, that grows, that builds. So forget the idea that you have to shine all the time. The sexiest light comes from a woman who can also sit in the dark. Say it below. I can hold his shadow. I see his truth. I am his safe place. Write it. Feel it. Because what's coming next is not soft. It's the fire. And it's ready to ignite. You don't become the fantasy by pretending to be his dream girl. You become unforgettable by becoming something he never even knew he needed. Inside every man, there lives a quiet image of a woman. Not someone he's seen with his eyes, but someone his soul remembers. Carl Jung called this the thema, the feminine part of a man's unconscious. She's a symbol of emotion, surrender, creativity, chaos, softness. And when you step into that energy, not just playing a role, but letting that part of you shine, he doesn't just want you. He feels like he's found something he was missing all along. It's that inner woman in him. She's not one thing. Sometimes she's calm and nurturing. Other times she's wild, unpredictable, silent one moment and storming the next. And when you breathe in you, carry even a flicker of that chaos, that care, that mystery, it pulls something deep inside him. He doesn't even know why, but suddenly your presence is stuck in his system. Picture it. He's across the table from you. He's cool, relaxed. You smile with that softness that says, I hear your words, but I also feel what's underneath. And he feels okay, balanced, but then you shift. You lean in just a little. Your eyes drop, your voice lowers. You run your finger along the edge of your glass and you say, you and me, we'd ruin each other in the best way. He forgets where he is, forgets what he was saying. He's not thinking about the music playing, not thinking about anyone else around. In that moment, he's only in you, in your energy, in your rhythm, and you haven't even touched him. That's what real seduction feels like. It's not about meeting his expectations. It's about sensing what he's truly hungry for deep down and letting that part of you speak to it, not with effort, not by pretending, but by letting your feminine side be full, be real, be layered. Because you're not one note. You are peace and provocation. You are mystery and meaning. You are the lullaby and the lightning. And when you allow those different parts of yourself to rise in rhythm with his energy, you don't just become the woman he wants for the night, you become the woman he longs for over the years. He won't even understand why. He'll just keep coming back again and again to the space you created between what he saw and what he felt. Because this isn't just physical seduction, it's emotional and energetic foreplay. So let go of trying to be his type and instead become his reflection. Let your feminine energy mirror the woman he never even knew was hidden inside him. That's not manipulation, it's magnetic. Write this in the comments right now. I am his reflection. I awaken his depth. I am the whisper in his thoughts. Write it like you mean it, because what's coming next is the kind of contrast that keeps him craving you. Stay with me. The kind of feminine energy that deeply arouses a man isn't just soft or strong, it's both. She's the one who kisses like poetry but bites like a promise. Let me be clear, men don't fall for what's predictable. They fall for contrast. They crave duality, not confusion, not emotional games, but that sacred wild tension between calm and chaos, stillness and intensity, breath and bite. You want to keep him thinking about you even when you're not around. You want him whispering your name in the dark, hand exploring beneath the covers, like a secret he can't contain. Then don't just show up as one thing. Show up as every shade of woman you truly are. Picture this. He sees you in the morning, quiet, wrapped in his shirt, hair messy, eyes soft, making coffee like the queen of comfort. In that moment, his heart melts. Then, that same night, you're straddling him with the fire of a storm. You lean down, lock eyes, and whisper in his ear, "You still think I'm that sweet girl from this morning." Now he's the one losing control. That's the power of contrast. That's the pull of polarity. When you're one-dimensional, always calm, always sweet, always easy, he forgets you. But when you show up layered, when you're gentle and bold, kind and fierce, graceful and deeply sensual, he can't figure you out. And that mystery, that richness, that edge, it hooks his nervous system. He doesn't know which version of you he'll meet next, but he knows he wants them all. This isn't about being fake. It's about being fully expressed. The passion, the softness, the fire, the surrender. Be the lullaby and the thunder. Because here's the truth. Flat energy doesn't lift him. It's the waves. The moments that shift from yes, baby, to don't you touch me like that unless you're ready to feel it all. And the moment he realizes you carry every version of what he's never dared to admit he wants, he's yours. So don't shrink your power. Don't make yourself small to be digestible. Be the whole storm. Write it in the comments. I am contrast. I am the rhythm. I make him rise. Because what's coming next is the part of him every man secretly longs to have seen. The part that transforms attraction into devotion. Stay close. A man doesn't crave compliments, he craves purpose. And when a woman sees his strength before he proves it, something in him expands. Every man, no matter how successful, how confident, how collected, wants to be your hero. Not in a cartoon, fairy tale kind of way, but in the raw, blood-stirring, deeply masculine way. He doesn't want to save you, he wants to rise for you. Not because you're weak, but because your presence asks something powerful of him. Because your eyes say, "I see who you're becoming, and I love what I see." That's not flattery, that's emotional arousal. Picture this. You're sitting beside him, he's driving, quiet, maybe wrestling with doubt he won't admit. And you lean in, not with some cliche praise, but with the truth. You know what I admire about you? You still show up even when things are hard. That's rare. Now watch him. His jaw tightens. His hands grip the wheel just a little stronger. His breath deepens. You didn't baby him, you honored him. And that kind of reflection, it turns something primal inside him. You want to be unforgettable? Then don't just touch his body, touch his identity. Not all men want to dominate, but every good man wants to lead where he's trusted. When you become the woman who sees his discipline, his integrity, his effort, he doesn't just feel strong, he becomes stronger. And when a man feels that kind of trust radiating from you, he doesn't just want to sleep with you, he wants to win you. Again and again, because he knows you're not looking for a rescuer, you're looking for a presence that can stand beside yours. And when you trust him, not because he's flawless, but because he's showing up for the climb, that trust turns him on more than any lingerie ever could. So don't play small to keep him. And don't lower yourself to lift his ego. Let your standard be the spark. Let your respect be the rope. Let your eyes remind him of who he really is. Write it now in the comments. I see his strength. I awaken his purpose. I don't chase. I challenge. What comes next is where seduction meets soul. Stay with me. The deepest intimacy doesn't just make his body react, it makes his soul bow. This is where the masks fall. This is where the noise fades. This is where the sacred begins. We're talking about sex, but not the empty kind that's all noise and no depth, not the kind sold on screens. I'm talking about the kind of intimacy that doesn't just move his hips, it moves his entire being. You want to be the woman he never forgets? Not just the one who turned him on, but the one who made him feel something divine. Then listen closely. You're not a performance, you're a portal. Your body, it's not just soft or beautiful or touchable, it's sacred space. A place where his ego fades, a place where his soul remembers who he is. Yes, he wants your moans, your heat, your curves, but what marks him forever is when your touch whispers, I trust myself enough to let you feel me. That's not just sex, that's sacred eroticism. And you don't reach that place by pretending. You reach it by being present. Stop worrying about how you look. Stop forcing sounds. Start performing. Start tuning into your own body. Let your breath lead. Let your pleasure speak. Because when you're truly present in your own desire, when your moans come from a place of feeling, when you open without fear, he doesn't just feel lust. He feels honored. Let your body say, when you're inside me, I want you to feel heaven. And when you do that, he'll never forget you. Not in the shower, not in a meeting, not during his drive. He'll hear your breath, your voice, your energy, haunting him in the most beautiful way. Because this wasn't just sex, it was something spiritual. Don't give him a show, give him something sacred. Write this now. My body is sacred. My pleasure is power. I am the portal. Let those words sink in. Because what's next? It goes even deeper. It touches the soul. And baby, after this, he'll never see you the same again. Look a man in the eye and say, without saying a single word, I see the storm inside you and I'm not afraid to dance in it. That isn't just love. That isn't just desire. That's something deeper. That's soul recognition. That's the kind of connection where he stops searching for someone prettier, softer, or easier, because he's already found the woman who sees him in ways he's never even seen himself. And when you give a man that kind of feeling, he doesn't just want your body. He wants to grow for you. He wants to rise into the man you already believe he can be. So don't just touch his skin, touch the parts of him that no one else has cared for. Touch the dreams he's hidden. Touch the fears he keeps quiet. Touch the version of him that's buried under pain and pressure. Touch his truth, the one he tries to keep locked away. And when he looks into your eyes and feels she sees everything and still stays, that's the moment he realizes he can't walk away, not even if he wanted to. And that, my friends, is the real secret. It's not about how to catch his attention. It's about how to keep his soul woven into yours. Not with tricks, not with pretending, but with presence, with honesty, with power, with emotional depth that shakes him to the core. So if this sparks something inside you, if you felt your own feminine power rise while hearing this, don't keep it to yourself. Tap the like button, subscribe, and most of all, share this with another woman who needs to remember the truth of who she is. Because around here, we're not running after love. We're becoming the kind of woman love never forgets. And maybe you're wondering, can I really hold space for a man like that? Yes, you can. Not because you're perfect or because you never doubt yourself, but because something deep inside you already knows how to love without fear. You've just been told to dim that part, to be less, to shrink, to not feel so much. But your softness is not a weakness, it's a mirror that reflects to him the parts he hides from the world. And when he starts to show you those pieces, the ones he's never shown anyone, you don't flinch. You don't rush in to fix or change him. You breathe, you stay, you listen. And in your stillness, he finds a kind of safety he didn't even know he needed. Even this, he'll ask with his eyes. Even this, you'll answer without words. That's where the bond is formed. That's where the sacred part lives, not in what you say or do, but in who you are when he's most unguarded. Because you see, men don't fall for perfection. They fall for truth, for presence, for the way you make him feel when he's not performing, when he's just himself, raw, unsure, real. And when you can hold that space without judgment, without pulling away, you become unforgettable. You become home.